I lost my job. Catherine took the kids, and now I'm 3 months late on rent. What am I gonna do now? Welcome, one and all, to another chapter of my Black Clover review series. For those unaware, I'm a new fan to the series, and with each and every episode that I watch of Black Clover, my love just continues to grow. Today, we'll be talking about the fourth arc in the series, the Eye of the Midnight Sun Encounter arc. They couldn't have shortened that? Every time I think, man, this arc of Black Clover was actually pretty good, BAM! I get proved wrong every time. Let's talk about it. So set up a blind date, run away from Frosty the sex offender snowman, and continue to study the blade as we push past our limits in the Eye of the Midnight Sun Encounter arc. Light versus darkness. The Eye of the Midnight Sun Encounter arc is 12 episodes and 16 chapters. After the insanity of the previous arc, Finral decides it's time to get laid as he wants to go to a mixer, a dating event where the goal is to score with the ladies. Finral managed to grab, as he describes it, a line of ladies, and now just needs two relatively sane dudes to help him out. Asta is a no-brainer with his god-tier Rizz magic, although the rest of the Black Bulls are a bit trickier.
But Magna's more of an acquired taste.
Yeah, he's my taste. Back up, bud. Eventually, Finral decides to go with the battle-hungry, murder-the-strong enthusiast Luck Voltia. And so, with this band of three, they head to Burger King for the mixer. The craziest thing is the fact that this is not filler. They meet the girls and give their introductions. Finral knows how to swoon the ladies. Meanwhile, these expert fighters can't seem to catch these girls' interests.
Hi, I'm Asta! I'm 15 from Hajj Village and I'm a Black Bull!
Hi, I'm DJ, and I'm a YouTuber. Did you just call the cops?
It's great that they're magic knights and all, but did they have to be Black Bulls?
During the fumble, we come across Noelle working her part-time job at Burger King. The tsundere uses this opportunity to spy on her boyfriend. He doesn't know it yet, but they are totally dating. Somehow, Luck's desire for bloodshed swoons one of the girls. Finral keeps up the momentum and gets a date. Now it's up to the Rizz King to seal the deal. Things start off a little awkward, but the two manage to form a bond over the love of their siblings. Rebecca starts to grow fond of Asta, but before the big nasty can begin, a weird old man comes in and starts harassing Rebecca. He makes fun of Rebecca for having to take care of her siblings all by herself, and thinks she's some abandoned single mother. While Asta is a romance noob, he's an expert at kicking ass. He gives the heckler the old what's for, then they leave Burger King. Rebecca, falling head over heels for Asta, asks him to swing by her restaurant sometime. Noelle sees this all go down and adds another woman on her hit list. I swear, every arc of Black Clover, Asta just gets a new girl under his belt. And I feel like at this rate, Black Clover is just gonna turn into a cheesy harem anime. The next day, Yami gathers everyone around for their monthly earnings. You know what that means. Time to be financially irresponsible and spend most of it immediately on shit you really don't need.
Free time? Man, I hope somebody attacks the Capitol again! Oh hey, maybe I should do it!
I wouldn't be surprised if at some point Luck becomes the villain of an arc. Cause the dude has some really dark thoughts. Gauche is in a particularly great mood as today is his sister Marie's birthday, the day of the gods. Easter? Boring. Halloween? Mid. Christmas? Overrated, dude. Marie's birthday is the only holiday that should be celebrated 24/7. Even the townspeople of Neen understand the importance of such a holiday as they help Ghost pick out the perfect gifts for his darling angel. Although, when Ghost turns around the corner, an unspeakable nightmare comes to life. Asta, the magicless freak, is playing with the darling Marie. Ghost tries his best to protect his princess.
Stop, Big Brother! I don't want you doing mean things to him! Please, Asta's going to be my husband someday!
On Chris Hansen.
Ghost plans to kill Asta for exposing Marie to the sinful touch of a magicless commoner, and uses this as an opportunity to show us his mirror magic. Before Ghost can end the series, one of the nuns, legally called Old Hag, scolds the borderline diddler for his aggressive behavior. While the old crone takes Marie away, Rebecca offers Asta and Ghost to come to the restaurant.
You could, stay the night at our place if you want.
Those sleazy pickup artists wish they were this good. Asta's a natural, dude. Then later that night, things go from crazy to creepy as during the snowfall, a bunch of kids leave their house all at once in a hypnotic state. As they go further up the mountain, the culprit is revealed. A magic user hypnotized the kids for his nefarious deeds. Find out more on the next episode of To Catch a Predator. Back at the village, the old hag attempts to stop Ghost from murdering Asta for the 8th time in the past 30 minutes.
Damn you!
You can hit me if you want to, but that's not going to bring them back. It won't help Marie.
No, it won't. But it will make me feel a hell of a lot better.
Places Ghost should never work. A daycare, or B, a retirement home. Cause either way, someone is getting punched. The old hag manages to convince Ghost to form an alliance to save Marie and the other kids. Meanwhile, at anti-CPS, Neej has gathered all the kids, hoping to make new friends. However, he's not alone, as his abusive brother Barrow comes in to measure the kids' power levels, as they're gathering magic for a client.
That kid hardly has any magic. We don't need this trash. Bye, kid!
Thankfully, Asta and the old hag aren't a fan of child neglect as they help the kid. Meanwhile, Ghost enters the cave to fight the Diddle brothers. Neej uses his snow magic to call forth an army of snowmen, but he forgot Snow's one weakness: mirrors! Fire beats grass. Grass beats water, water beats fire, and naturally, mirrors beat ice. Did Pokemon Leaf Green on the Game Boy Advance SP teach you nothing, Neej? Barrow grabs Marie as a hostage, but Asta and the old hag crash the party and take down Diddler 2.
The pain you're in is nothing compared to what you deserve.
Ghost takes out Neej, and now all that's left is to remove the hypnosis from the kids.
Asta, use your sword to break the spell that's on the children first.
No problem, Madam Teresa. Oh, fuck. I fucked up.
With the kids saved and the villains defeated, the heroes can go home. Man, this was actually a pretty easy arc. I mean, I guess Yuki Tabata wanted to lower the stakes after the craziness of the last arc, cause the last thing I want to see right now is that crazy jelly science lady. Well, shit. At least now the arc finally makes sense, cause for the past 3 episodes, they in fact did not encounter the Eye of the Midnight Sun. Sally has come via a distress call from Barrow. The Diddler twins have been working with the Eye of the Midnight Sun to deliver them magic for cash. Ghost fights back, but he forgot that mirrors are weak to jelly. Rookie mistake, kid.
There you are, my pretty one. You look like such an ordinary human.
What the hell? What are you watching?
I think it's porn? I'm not sure.
The old bat proves she has hands as she pushes Sally back with her flame magic. The old hag reveals herself to be Teresa, a former magic knight of the Clover Kingdom and Flagoleon's personal trainer. Barrow begs Sally to let him free so he can help fight, but in reality, he plans to escape once freed. Sally might be insane, but she's not an idiot, as just to be on the safe side, she injects Barrow with a comically large syringe that turns his own magic against him. That's like actually disturbing to look at. Ghost wastes no time grabbing Marie and pulling a GTFO. As long as his sister is safe in his arms, he doesn't care about anybody else. As Ghost runs away, he thinks back on what led him to becoming the sister-obsessed lunatic that we know and hate. Many years ago, Ghost and Marie lived in a noble family envied by all the others. Even back then, Ghost kept Marie close to him at all times. One day, Ghost's parents were murdered by bandits and conveniently left all their assets to the one guy who they talked to right before being murdered. Ghost calls out the noble's bullshit, and the noble uses that as an excuse to disown Ghost and Marie so he can keep all the money and wealth to himself. Since then, Ghost and Marie have had to fend for themselves in the streets, with the big brother doing whatever it took to keep his sister healthy and happy. Eventually, his noble causes became selfish crimes as he went to jail. He tried escaping the prison only to be caught by Yami himself. Yami told Ghost that as long as he joined his squad, he can protect the people most dearest to him, and even says that someday it'll help someone he least expects. Marie punches Ghost out of the flashback to get his shit together, saying how he can't be so selfish and should help out Asta and Teresa. For the first time, Ghost finally learns to work with others, as his reluctant acceptance of Asta causes him to learn a new spell, and even reveals a secret weapon.
Asta, what's up?
With Ghost's Sharingan, he uses Shadow Clone Jutsu to summon a bunch of Astas, and with his new sword, they manage to defeat the mud monster and Sally. Neej cries over the death of his brother, but understands that he wasn't the greatest person. Wanting to reform himself, Neej decides to take responsibility for his actions, and hopes that in the end, Asta will accept him as a friend. Hooray! Now the arc is over! Well, fuck. All of a sudden, strong rays of light strike down Ghost, and before they can hit Asta, Teresa takes the hit instead. Why does this look so familiar? When the lights calm down, Asta looks up to see the eye of the Midnight Sun's leader licked. And worst of all, he has a 4-leaf clover book, just like you know. Valtos sends Sally back to base. Licht looks at Asta with disgust as he recognizes the grimoire and says someone like him shouldn't have it. Asta may be against some impossible odds, but there's nothing that the main character can't do when he believes in himself.
I'm not done!
Yes, you are.
Right before Licht can end the series, Yami blocks the attack. Thanks to Finral, they were able to make it just in time. Licht, wielder of the unholy light, versus Yami, the Chad of darkness, engage in an epic battle. At first, the animation is kinda low quality, but then it kicks it into overdrive with that sweet Sakuga. From what I have seen so far, this is easily the best animated fight in Black Clover. Like, I love One Piece very much, but we never got crazy animation like this, honestly, till about Whole Cake Island. During the fight, Licht tries explaining his backstory and how his people were the original gods betrayed by their people and Blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. Even Yami tells him to quit yapping and start fighting. I already liked Yami because of how funny and badass he was, but this fight just cements him as one of my top 5 favorite characters because he just shits on Licht the entire time during the fight. Yami stops the low diff to teach Asta about Ki. No, not that Ki. Ki is the flow of life energy. By paying attention to a person's glance, breathing, scent, movement, and presence, Yami is able to predict what Licht will do and act accordingly. Yami wants Asta to learn how to use Ki properly by having him fight the goopy Voltos. After a few screw-ups, Asta manages to use Ki to predict Voltos' attacks and even uses one of his portals to knock him out. Licht decides to get serious and a little kinky as he brings out his holy whip. But Yami easily takes care of that and damages Licht. For the main villain, Licht doesn't seem like that big of a deal. As a last resort, Licht prepares to use Hyper Beam, a powerful magic attack that begins to shake the entire cave. Realizing the danger, Yami tries to come up with a game plan.
So, what to do? Nah, it's future Yami's problem.
Oh shit! This nuke is about to go off in less than a minute! What do I do? You know what? I'll worry about it later. I'm actually kind of hungry now to think about it. You know what? I'll make myself a sandwich, take a quick nap, then we'll come back to it. Yeah, I like that.
Licht fires his beam of death. Right when Yami accepts his fate, Ghost appears thanks to Finroll's magic and activates his trap card, Magic Cylinder. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, negate the attack and inflict damage to your opponent equal to its attack. And with that, Ghost wins the duel and becomes the new King of Games. Oh, Licht, you should have activated Mystical Space Typhoon before entering the battle phase. Rookie mistake. And so, with the main villain finally defeated, please tell me we're done. The heroes can call it a day, but they have to wait as Finral has run out of mana and can't teleport anywhere. But of course, you can't call this the encounter arc without encountering more of the Eye of the Midnight Sun goons. God damn it! Introducing the strongest members of Licht's group, even stronger than Licht himself. Welcome to the Third Eye. Each member represents the antithesis to the ideals of the Clover Kingdom. The opposite of integrity in Raya the Disloyal. The opposite of hope with Vedo the Furry, aka Despair. And finally, the opposite of love in Fauna the Hateful. I'm just seeing things. With a simple poke of his finger, Raya uses his copy magic to use the same attacks as Yami. Vedo destroys Yami's prepaid katana with his Yif magic, and thanks to the salamander spirit, Fauna's flames deal tremendous damage. From fighting Licht to 3 of the best warriors in the organization, Yami becomes overwhelmed and prepares for the worst. Too bad the Grim Reaper is cock-blocked as 3 captains from the Clover Kingdom come to the rescue. Nozelle of the Silver Eagles, Charlotte of the Blue Rose Knights, and Jack the Ripper from the Green Praying Mantis. And with C-tier animation quality, the 3 captains fight the Third Eye. With just enough teleportation magic, Yami uses the ongoing fight as a distraction to give Licht a surprise attack. Licht believes he has the upper hand for spotting Yami, but he doesn't realize Yami's surprise attack was actually a decoy for Asta's surprise attack. With all of his bones broken like that one poor sap from SpongeBob, the Third Eye call it a day and bring Licht and Voltos back to base. Okay, they beat the Diddle Brothers, they beat the crazy science lady, and they just beat the overhyped elf. Can this arc please be over, because I am done encountering the Eye of the Midnight Sun. 2 days later at the Black Bull's hideout, the gang celebrate their victory with a diabetes contest. A challenge for Charmy? Nay, 'tis a midnight snack. Afterwards, Yami gets a letter from the capital saying how not only did the Black Bulls gain 10 more stars, there's a mandatory captain's meeting, and that the Wizard King wants to see Asta himself. They meet Marks, the Wizard King's personal assistant who guides them inside. While Yami sits with the other captains, Marks takes Asta down into the dungeon. Marks explains that with Asta's anti-bullshit sword, they can remove the memory protection on the Midnight Sun goons and finally learn their secrets, like who the traitor is. Meanwhile, Yami hangs around with all the other captains, and we get to see a bit more of the sly Gelder and the fun-loving Rill. We'll have to wait a couple of arcs to see Dorothy. Once Vengeance arrives is when everyone really starts to get sus about each other. Afterwards, Marks calls everyone down to the dungeon with an important announcement. Thanks to Asta, they now know that one of the captains has been secretly working for the Eye of the Midnight Sun.
Do you know who the traitor is? You do? Show me! Could it be the guy literally called Jack the Ripper? No. Could it possibly be Dorothy? No, that's too obvious, silly. Yes, that's right. It is Gelder. Muy bueno!
Not even attempting to defend himself, Gelder uses his transparency magic to retreat and make himself immune to magic attacks. And just for good measure, he summons transparency soldiers to keep the captains busy. Rill uses his picture magic to ensnare Gelder. After reading his mind and confirming his immoral deeds, Julius talks to Yami and Asta about the stone tablets they saw earlier. Known as Magic Stones, the Eye of the Midnight Sun plan to gather all of them in order to be reborn into their supposed true forms. They attacked Fuegoleon for one of his magic stones, and with only 4 stones remaining, Julius wants the Black Bulls to go to the underwater temple to stop the terrorists from getting it. Then Yami swears to the Wizard King that he won't let him down. And so, back at the Black Bulls hideout, the gang is super excited as we enter the beach arc. It's gonna be a musical event. And that's the end for the Eye of the Midnight Sun encounter arc. The first episode I genuinely thought was filler, but I understand that this is supposed to be more of a relaxation episode that also sets up why Asta goes to Need Village later on in the arc. For me, things really got good in this arc once Yami showed up to fight Licht. And that fight is friggin' amazing. Like, I feel like this is the fight that really makes people start to be like, oh shit, Black Clover's pretty good. And Yami's hilarious and funny, badass, and just really cool to like see him use his darkness magic. Metal as hell. Plus, we also got to see what some of the other captains were capable of, like Jack the Ripper and Rill and Gelder as well, with being the traitor. Now, unlike Yami, I actually am interested to learn more about Licht's backstory, especially his whole thing with the guy who looks exactly like Gauche. I really want to know what the hell is up with that. I'm kind of hoping that by the time I catch up, that the anime is finally back. Probably not, but we'll see. Let me know your thoughts for the 4th arc of Black Clover. Thank you guys very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, the whole YouTube shebang, and I'll see you in the Seabed Temple arc. Bye.